We are back with Breakfast with Villain Sport. Hey, I'm Levi of Member Solutions. I'm over here with Villain Sport. How y'all doing? I hope you're all doing great. You might have noticed I've got a bit more energy. Well, that would be because I actually do not feel as sick as I have been for the entire week. Since Friday, I have not been feeling that great, and now I'm feeling much better. I'm about 90%. I've got like a 2% stomach ache, 2 on the pain scale, and honestly, it's mostly probably due from a little bit of a thing called hunger because I have not been eating properly for almost a week. And every time I try to eat, it just caused pain. So, finally caught an introduction music. Hey, how you doing, Levi? I apologize. I was snapping the pen. I got ADHD. It's a thing. It has been a while since I've had the energy, the drive, everything. Now to make French toast, no. Okay, look, I have oral dermatitis to cinnamon. I'm not going to expose myself to that right now. I mean, I totally would. But hey, Firefly86, how y'all doing? Jeremy, feed the Levi, feed the kitties. Remember, it's $25 donations, and we give the kitties an extra treat. I believe my spouse just fed the outdoor kitties, or they're about to. Indoor kitties are begrudgingly eating their little bit of leftovers. They'll get a little bit more a little later. I left the cinnamon out until after. I always add the cinnamon, in the mix. Grits would be a good idea. That's true, but that's not what we're gonna do. I can eat regular food. I tested it out last night. I can. It's just like the amount of food, because I haven't consumed almost anything. My stomach has kind of got like that, and I might as well take advantage of that, to be honest. And not to mention, it was still a little bit upset. I've got medicine if I start feeling a little bit upset, or I'm feel like I can't. So I've got a few different things I can do. One is I can cook up some rice. We can wash some rice. I can cook it up. But I've got to cook up some recipes anyways. I got to use some things up. But I did freeze all the ingredients, all the meat ingredients for these recipes. So I don't need to cook them right now. I can cook them later. But my spouse is going to be hungry. I need to cook food for my spouse. And they are, night shifts, so they don't necessarily want breakfast foods in the morning very often. We could do some pancakes and waffles or French toast, though. I do have the eggs. I do have the stuff. Hey, Raven, come here. I don't need you in the stream. I need to ask you a question. I don't want to yell. Hand-sized dried sausages make quick, easy. I would love that. I don't have that. Rice with tea sounds good. It does. It does. I made to be honest, I made curry last night, and so rice and curry for my breakfast doesn't sound bad to me. But my spouse wouldn't be able to eat that. Chicken shawarma bar, bagoli beef tacos with pickled carrot, the balsamic glazed meatballs. The glazed chili. I don't even have I have the stuff for this one, but this one's kind of a bunk. I didn't get a chance to make that. I used all the ingredients for other things. Loaded cantana beef and rice bar. Can't do this one because my spouse doesn't like the rice. I could probably turn it into something else with the lettuce, though. I could probably, instead of a rice bar, it'd be a lettuce wrap bar. So I can do one of these two relatively easy. But I think French toast might win out because I keep thinking about the French toast now. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Levi, the legendary one. Hello. How you doing, Hobo Goat, aka the Goat? Afternoon here. Hey, Steven, how goes it? It is. I am so it has been. Oh, you know what's another good one? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I don't have strawberry, but grilled PB&Js aren't a bad breakfast, and they're super easy to make. And while I'm making those, it wouldn't hurt for me to make a couple other things. But I gotta wait for my kiddo to come in here, who's been sick and who's getting better, and find out how they're feeling, and kind of good apart from this lingering allergy. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling a little bit better? Okay, but like in comparison to like yesterday and the day before, like is it progressively getting a little bit? Yeah, shut up. They'll feed you. Yep.
No, I won't feed them
I'll have to go downstairs and get some food.
it's not quite yet 7 minutes.
Okay. So, do you think you'd be able to handle, say, French toast today?
Probably.
You want some French toast? We're gonna make French toast. That'll probably be it because I don't have any fruits or any. And there's a lot of eggs in French toast. I mean, no. So what we can do, I'm gonna see if I got some hash browns. I don't want to make hash browns from scratch because to make proper hash browns from scratch, there's a little bit of prep work involved. If you're not aware of how to make hash browns from scratch, let me clue you in on how to do it. It's easy, but it requires prep work, and I don't feel like the time for that prep. So you take after you've hashed them, after you've julienne them, sliced them real thin and small and everything with your thing. You take them and you squeeze them out. Then you soak them in salt water and brine. A little bit of salt, not like equal amounts. A little bit of salt and water. Usually overnight, but like at least an hour. And then you squeeze again and grate it. That's what I was thinking. Grated, not julienne. Well, julienne grated in different ways of doing it. And squeeze it back out again, and then I kid you not, you can parboil them if you want, but freezing them is easier, and you can freeze them and then go ahead and make them frozen. They'll cook almost exactly like it without having to parboil them, which is interesting. And the reason why is because by freezing them, the water that's left in the potatoes cracks and breaks the potatoes, helps break down the starch and proteins and everything, similar to how boiling would. Similar, not the same. So there is a bit of a difference there. Another thing I've been nursing all day, and I finally don't have it, was yesterday I was dealing with a headache. Massive all day. The skit I put out, people were like, how were you able to talk that fast? No, nothing. Well, did you memorize all that? No, I did not memorize all that. I don't have. Okay, well, that sucks. All right. We do the bacon. Lots of bacon here. Discounted bacon here. I've got the bacon here. There you go. Look at that. I'll read that in a second. Give me a moment here. Is that mango? That's mango. I don't like mango, so I'm not. All right, so here is the plan of action. Not getting this. Get back in the fridge. It's gonna be a relatively easy meal. Feed the kitties. By the way, have you or Chris read Discworld novels? We're asking about it on Discord, and I don't think Chris has, from what he has said before. I remember reading it way back in the day. Do you want a little bit of food? I'm getting yelled at to feed the kitties, and I'll tell you one thing: you don't have indoor cat food up here, but I think we can trick you. A little bit of outdoor kitty food. A can of food. Between y'all. And if you don't like it, you don't have to have it. I'm not going downstairs right now. Okay. All right. because we got the donations. Hey, Loves, Charles. Hey, how goes it? How you doing, old chum? All right. I don't know about anyone else, but I really love the ring that you can get from these, like the really high pitch. That one. We're gonna use this one. Bigger one. It's gonna be a relatively easy process. We're going to take the egg, we're gonna put it in here, we're gonna add a little bit of cinnamon and sugar, a little bit of milk. This is how I make mine. You don't have to do it like that. And then we cook them up. That's French toast is easy. Did forget to clean my stovetop, so you guys aren't gonna look at that. Thought I did that last night. Oops. All right. 2 bowls for the indoor kitties. I might need to buy some more cat food. I don't know if he's gonna come up here, but I'll put his. Oh yeah, he's not up here yet. And we give the indoor kitties a can to lick. A little bit of juice. A little bit of juice. Now the indoor kitties have some food. The great thing about this is, like, while we are prepping our eggs and everything. Hey, Nico. Hey, Angelo. Just letting this sit out for a second. We're going to cook our bacon actually in the oven, too. Nice and easy. Just parchment paper. We're just going to cook our bacon right on top of some parchment paper in the oven. Because that's easier. Get that set to about 425, roughly. There we go. That's a bit better. I didn't need all extra. I like to cook the bacon first in the frying pan and then let the. Well, here's the thing about that. Thank you for reminding me. Bacon grease. You might be wondering, hey, doesn't bacon grease keep relatively well on the counter? Yeah, but I also don't use it often enough. The P.O. boxes. I think Steven is working on that. Is it not working right now? You gotta be kidding me. I haven't started cooking yet. No, and you had it right. It should have popped. Try Acme, by the way. See if that one pops. Did Kiddo kill my last? Kiddo's been playing on the tablet. This is why I need a laptop. This is hands down one of the major reasons why I need a laptop. I'm tired of this happening, trying to manage the stream, and I can't because something happens. Well, I'm not going to go all the way downstairs. Shit. I'll go downstairs. We'll fix it real quick. It's not the end of the world. I'll send you one if I could. I don't know. Oh, you mean the laptop? No, it's all good. Don't worry about that. Things go the way we want them to go. We might be able to write it off as another business expense. But manage it if like we can justify it for me managing the stream. We need a good one just to manage it and run the stream on. Yeah, it should be working. What are you doing down here? I'm wondering where you were all night. Oh, poor kitty. Poor kitty got locked out. Dashboard. Give me a moment. Yeah, baby. We'll go up in a moment. We'll go up in a moment, baby. Yes, I know. Well, it says that it's active. That's weird. Try the command again. Try bang Levi. Exclamation mark Levi. Try it again. Yes, I am aware. I am aware, baby. I know. I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gonna go up in a minute. That's really weird. What is going on here? Alright. We're gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Turn it off and turn it back on. Go. Should be working. Have an Acme Day popped. Yeah, the Acme Day. There we go. Is coffee working? Is that the command for coffee? I don't remember if that's the command for coffee. Yeah, it is. There we go. So if you guys want to donate directly to me or Chris, you can. And I know I limit that. That is available right now. That is available, especially because I got Comic-Con coming up, and I could use the extra money. I can write the Comic-Con expenses off if I actually meet fans and whatnot, but I'm going there for more personal reasons, so I'll probably get yelled at by the tax people. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. I got things working. Come on. Did you get stuck in here downstairs all night? Did you get stuck down here all night? Who's the dumbass? Who's the dumbass? You're the dumbass. Go on. Go upstairs. Go get some food. Well, I turned everything off and turned everything back on. So we're working again. Sometimes it's all you got to do. Did you try turning it off and back on again? All right. Stick this in the microwave for 30 seconds. I have some Greek yogurt, which would do better on my stomach than milk would. So we're going to use that instead of milk today. Chris is here? Is Chris here? I didn't see Chris. Is he here? That was me typing in the coffee thing. That was me. I went downstairs and I'm logged into the main account downstairs. Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, that was me. Chris would have been like, hey, it's Chris. He would have announced himself. Should I check to see if the eggs are good? They better damn well be good. Just bought them. We're going to do... Raven, how many pieces of French toast do you want? Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and just do... Did I get a shell in there? Huh. Usually I'm pretty good about that. And yes, for everyone wondering, I am one-handing them. Although I probably should have paid attention because I do got another piece of shell. I damn it. Thank you for not looking. I don't know where it went. I'll find it later. Hey! Hi, Puppy. Hi, Puppy. You all got a guest. Look who it is! He knows. He knows. He knows. Look at that. He knows. Now meowing at me. Now meowing at me. Move it away. There you guys go. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds at the moment. Gonna need more eggs. Gonna need more eggs. Gonna need more eggs. Eggs, eggs, eggs. Gonna need more eggs. Gonna need more eggs. All right. Sherry, what's going on? Summoned you with donations. I'm gonna have to pay for a hotel room for another week. Hotel room has been saving money for a house. Ah, that makes sense. Motels, not the greatest places to live by any stretch of the means. But motels tend to have like long-term stay agreements for a lot of them. If you can find a motel versus a hotel, but if the hotel's treating you nicely and everything, then But you can get some discounts periodically. Hello, eggshell. Now that you're not floating and running away from me. All the channels, by the way, if you have Twitch and you have Prime, you can support us without it costing you a dime. You just need to make sure that they are linked together. This one's nice and goes like us. That's good. What if we did? $350. I turn that down to $350. Go ahead and cook these up here. The hell? Fucking. I was fucking expecting it too. Whatever. Boom. Boom. Okay. So that will take about 15 to 18 minutes. So while we're making the mix, hey Raven, come here. Pull apart Hawaiian rolls as the bread for. Yeah. No. All right. I'll just cook them up separately then. I'm gonna try one when it's ready. Not going to show you guys the egg mix specifically because I know that there's people in chat who would find it gross. In its current state. I find it gross in its current state. I spy with my little eye. Erase it. Sugar. Where's your sugar? There's the sugar in it. Where's your sugar? Ginger? On the ginger. Ah, it's found. Brown clove. And pumpkin spice. And another thing. I know what I'm looking for. I actually have a mixture of cinnamon and sugar right around here somewhere. Somewhere. Another one. Empty cup. Today is bleach day. Today is a whole weekend for me. Locked out for all the way until Comic-Con. It's get the house as clean as possible. Do Comic-Con and then find out like what the process to renew our lease is going to be. Because if we need to move again, which we won't move, because we'll deal with the month to month if we have to. I highly doubt they'll kick us out during the winter time, when it's usually harder to rent places. And I think, considering this place has stood empty for so long, hopefully they'll want to rent to us again. You still have 4 weeks to take off. Oh, wow. Now we're going to Comic-Con for one day. We can't afford anything else. I'd love to do more. And I'd love to, like, we're going to go meet David Tennant. I have enough money to get his autographed. And that's kind of pushing it, to be honest. Or not autograph, his photo. We're doing a new photo with him. Because the last photo that we did it with people that we really didn't want to do it with. So this will be just our family. Although I wish I was skinnier. We'll admit that. So I will probably put a little bit of the cinnamon and sugar on top of them too. Do I have? I'll look for it after the fact. Pretty sure I have some powdered sugar running around here. If not, I can make powdered sugar. Tell David he still owes me 20 from that poker game in 1947. Hope you can rent there for at least. I would love to rent here for at least until Raven's out of school. Possibly, if I'm to be perfectly honest, until Tobias is out of school. Like things don't go to hell in a handbasket. Because by the time Tobias gets out of school, Mama would be able to effectively retire. And they wouldn't have like a whole lot of money from retirement, but they would get their entire retirement amount. And so they'd probably make, if my math is even close to correct, at least $500 to $600 a month until they die. And that's not much, especially in the growing gap of inflation. But it is passive income. But if they manage to work there for a full 15 plus years, they'd be able to retire with a relatively decent amount. French toast and bacon. Sound good? Sweetie? Okay. Do you want to try, and this is just if you want to, I'm making the pull-apart Hawaiian biscuits. Do you want to try one of those as a French toast or no? Huh?
If you want.
Cool. All right. I'm making those right now. Kiddo does not want them. Kind of when they need to. It is as they need. I've taken it way more than them, probably. Raven, what kind of bread do you want? You want regular or do you want give him a video. Oh no, video. Raven, what kind of bread do you want? You want the sourdough or do you want regular? Regular? Okay. All right. So sourdough's a bit on the dry side, which is why I want to use it. Whereas this, which isn't Texas toast, it's just normal bread, is not dry. And so it's not going to like what I've put it through. For the record, as weird as it sounds, the best French toast is two things. One, a thicker cut toast. It doesn't have to be Texas toast, but a thicker cut piece of bread. And two, stale. And you don't. And you can force it to be stale by putting it in the oven for a couple minutes and drying it out. Yep, because it is. Yep. All right, get a couple of those pieces out. Set them to the side for now. And we're going to get that bacon out now and start laying it on our area. So we've got our bread set to the side. We've got our egg. Now we can prep our bacon tray. Nice and easy to do. Keep this in case we have leftover bacon. Ooh, we will have leftover bacon. The reason why we're thawing that out and using that is I'm pretty sure everyone knows that here, because I think we have our normal viewers, but just in case we have somebody new, what is the reason why I'm using my bacon that I had in the freezer in this package over the bacon in this package? Why am I using this first over this? Pretty sure a lot of you know. But there are people who are still learning. YouTube's already open first. Yeah. There we go, right there. Levi's got it. For those who do not know what that means, first in, first out. You rotate your foods. First in, first out. This ensures that you minimize the risk of food poisoning. Even if something's frozen, you minimize the risk of, and you're not going to get sick from freezer burnt. Science debunked that. As long as the item was maintained frozen and safely frozen, which, let's be honest, you probably went through a power outage if the thing's, more than a couple of years old. But point still stands. First in, first out. Wish my nearly 10K missing funds could have been given to helping many reach their dream travels. Yeah. I missed out on my opportunity to own a home as the one thing that's going to eat it. Part of me is like, should I have just taken the chance, moved and dealt with things? Another part of me is glad that we didn't, especially like looking at how life is currently. But there's always that what if, Cut your bacon. Maybe don't cut it the way I was just cutting it, because otherwise you get microplastics and stuff. You worry about that. Take your bacon out of the container, then give it a cut. Cut it in half. Make sure to wash your scissors and everything afterwards. By the way, I want you guys, if you have TikTok or YouTube Shorts, this is super important, and it is going to help you if you have financial difficulty stuff. There are Dollar General deals today where you can get a bunch of snacks for relatively cheap. I think it's like $25 worth of snacks for only like $5 right now. And these are just normal this is just a normal coupon. This is not extreme penny pinching thing. This should just go in, grab the coupons, make sure you have the app, that kind of stuff. Look them up. I don't have a video to give you. I do apologize. I wish I did. I don't have a set video to give you. I can't pull that up because it's on my phone. So I can't tell you it. But if you're on a budget like I am, getting $25 to $30 worth of snacks for the kiddos, especially during the weekend, helps out amazing. Rotating food stuff is an ongoing process. When we were up at Mom's, we ended up having to go through and throwing out a ton of out-of-date food. Here's something I need to actually correct. Do not throw the food away unless you know it's actually bad. So if there's a lot of stuff that has a sell-by date, that it is good by an entirely different one. Canned food is on general, unless it has a dent or shows signs of botulism, 2 years past the sell-by date is considered safe, with sometimes up to 5 to 10. Canned food does not need to be thrown away unless you feel it needs to be thrown away. The same thing can be said about anything that's like vacuum sealed. If you've got vacuum sealed, let's say you've got these, right? And their sell-by date is, these are all gone. Somebody ate all of them. I don't know where my sell-by date is on here. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere here. Here it is. June 24th, 2025. I'm not concerned about it. I've got about a year or so before I really have to be concerned. And then as long as moisture didn't get on it, it would probably be okay for a little bit longer beyond that. It's just its nutritional value will continue to degrade over time until it's basically dust. I would not suggest testing your limits on things if you do not feel it safe. Just throw it away. Exactly. If it's damaged, bulging, well, true, if you ever do win, it's best except when it's an honest feeling. Keep yourself. It's like, I don't know. I made Italian pasta salad. How long till it's bad? If it's kept in the fridge properly, you've got about a week or two. And that's like the general rule for most foods and overall. The more acidic something is, the longer it can actually last. You can actually effectively pickle a pasta salad. You can pickle just about everything if you do it right. Whether or not it will be good is an entirely different story. All right, we've got our first round of bacon in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cook some bacon on this. We're going to get about a 5 on the heat scale for mine, which is about a medium heat. I've been tossing it at 1 week. So I have a salad that I make for me and the kids periodically, and it lasts about 3.5 to 4 weeks. And the reason why is because it has so much vinegar in it. And it is literally just tomatoes and cucumbers and onions, basically whatever vegetable that we want to put into it gets put into it. And then from there, and I've changed the recipe to make it last longer. keyword here. The old recipe would only last a week, and that's because the milk that was in it would curdle. I would put ranch dressing because it was convenient, along with red wine vinegar and regular distilled white vinegar to fill it up with a little bit of water. I was making pickled things inside of whatever container I filled, and it would just be above the line. With that being said, getting powdered ranch dressing so that I took the milk out of the equation extended its shelf life inside my fridge by 2 to 3 weeks. So I basically just created a pickled ranch-like thing. Pickling is relatively easy to do. You want pickled stuff to last a long time. It takes a little bit more effort, but if you just want a quick pickled carrot or whatever you want to pickle, it's 24 hours. That's it. Grab yourself a mason jar with the lid. Get yourself some white distilled vinegar. Make sure this is clean. Put your vegetables of choice or whatever you want in, literally whatever you want in there, and put your vinegar, at least half. 1-to-1 ratio is really good. It doesn't have to be a 1-to-1 ratio. That's just what I like. You can do 1 to 4. So basically 1/4 of a cup of this to 3/4 of water will be fine for it. But I like a stronger vinegar, so I do half and half. So I'll do about half and then half. And then another reason why is because we have a tendency to continue to add vegetables into it for the first couple days. After a couple days, we no longer add anything. We consume what's in here, and then it's gone before it ever has to expire because it never lasts long enough. The only time I've ever had a pickled at-home project in the fridge, which is a quick pickle thing that isn't done like properly and sealed and blah, 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 with pickling salt and all that, it accidentally got put into the back of the fridge. And even then, most of it was eaten. So. I don't know what the friend who's overtried. Oh, this is nasty. Was check looked at sell by date. Yeah, food pantries usually do not sell stuff. Tomatoes are fruit. Yes, they are. And they're also a vegetable. Just depends on if you're going to. To those who are wondering, tomatoes are a fruit, botanically a vegetable, culinary. Oh, there you go. I've been tossing it in once a week. So I use lots of spices and meat in hot countries. It wasn't for the taste. It was because it was the only way to keep it safe before refrigeration. That's correct. As that is my favorite youngest, did I not realize it was out of date? Didn't realize why I wasn't grabbing them up like you usually would. Yeah, you do have to be a little bit careful on that. Make sure you're checking your bread. Mold is bread mold isn't going to necessarily kill you as much as it just make your stomach upset. Check your bread for mold. If you've got mold at any point in that loaf, that entire loaf has been contaminated with mold. That's just the sad truth. If you want to keep your bread pretty much indefinitely, I think my basketball hoop is completely fuckered. But if you want to keep your bread pretty much indefinitely, put it in the freezer. Yeah, I do use balsamic for salads. Howard, I love balsamic. I love red wine. I love vinegar as a whole. Rice wine is one of my favorite vinegars. I use it all the time for a lot of different things, mostly for rice. All right, let's start cooking up some bacon. For those who are wondering why I'm cooking up bacon in there, it's because that bacon is not done yet. And so I need to cook up bacon anyways so people can eat without having to wait for the bacon. We've got our buns will be done here soon, probably in the next 5 minutes or so. I'm looking at them. They're looking pretty golden right now. I'm going to put one more piece of bacon on, and we're going to take a look at the buns. See what they're doing. Or I guess I'll put 2, since I grabbed 2. foil. Another thing, you do not need a membership to Costco or Sam's Club to utilize like DoorDash or something. And if you can afford it, getting yourself one of the big things of foil or plastic wrap or whatever you use in your home. I use mostly foil. That are pre-cut. I say pre-cut because they're convenient, but they're also just like they make sure that you don't overuse regardless. Good. But I'm using the bacon so I can get some grease off of it, but also so it can cook. So I do apologize about not paying attention around the busy times. Although I suppose I can turn you guys over here. Hot button coming at you. Whoop. Look at those. Those look fantastic. We're going to set it to the side so it can cool down. I can take those off and I can plate them onto this thing, which has become work because I do not think it is dishwasher safe, even though it says dishwasher safe, top rack only. You can put it into the bottom rack. How is this going to fit in the top rack? You just got to slide it in there and set it down. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Why would I do that? That's a waste of space. You might as well just say that you're not dishwasher safe. Okay. Be better to do this. We're going to cook up some more bacon. Or waiting on those buns to cool down. I want a little bit more grease in there that isn't from the fridge grease or freezer grease. And also, I'd like to be able to eat a piece of bacon. Come on. Oh, fine. Oh, look at the bottom. Look at that. It's a beautiful. We're going to bring it over here to cool off. Another thing is I want to go ahead and use that tray for more bacon. But until things are cooled off, I can't. Just bacon. Hey, Logan. Gonna try and turn him into a dice goblin kennel. Nah. Jumba turns in his villain card. That would be a fun one. Yep. It does depend on where you're located, but yep. I do not suggest it either, especially when you have a stomach flu. Buns look fantastic. Look great. as they're cooling off, they're releasing, which is great. Now I can get some more parchment paper. Turn that up to 425. $350 cooks the bacon, but it isn't crisping it up. Let's turn you over here. My nephew expressed interest, but my sister said no because they live 15 hours away from me. It's near the place. I love the fact that I have no clue what conversation is going on. But I'm trying. Trying. Got burning bacon over here. Wash my hands real quick. We're going to have a bell go off. The alarm. At this rate. Up, up, up. All right. We got bacon in the oven. We got some bacon grease on over there. There we go. French toast pattern. Fine. Because I don't have proper ventilation. Woo! Fucker. Time to teach you how to take care of a bird. Warm water. Let it run. You can move it slowly to cold. Fuck. I need to turn that heat down a little bit. It's too hot. Cooking the surface of the bread, so it's not cooking the inside of the bread. So before I burn everything, I pull it off the heat. I'll let the residue heat cook it a little bit more, but I'll have to put it back on there. Yeah, no, culinary taught me that cold water will cause it to blister. So I learned that you want to pull the heat out because otherwise you'll effectively just cook yourself. So you start out with warm, you don't immediately go cold. You do go to cold. I can make that clear. You're just not supposed to immediately go to cold. The idea is basically if you make it cold, you're still going to have it. You look it up. Look it up just to be sure. Go ahead and somebody Google that for me. And make sure to look at your sources. Don't just use Google AI shit. Because there's a lot of misinformation. But I was reading up on it. Apparently, I learned warm to cold, but I also learned Army right there. This is actually why I needed to wait on that bacon grease. Because I needed to empty out the bacon grease. It's almost done. Levi, you should try frying fried bread. Just fry the bread in the bacon fat. My mom used to make it. It's wonderful. It is absolutely amazing. Post mine in there too. I trust yours than mine, to be honest. Our first aid course for work was kind of primitive. Yeah, but no, I Forest Service Reserve training for culinary first aid stuff was much different than when I went to work at a regular restaurant. I went to work at a regular restaurant and they said, "Hey, you should just do cold." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you just put cold on it." I was like, "You're cooking your skin." And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you go warm to cold. It may hurt, but you go warm to cold." In HS, it says running under cold or cool running water. Do not use it. Yeah, don't use ice. I once saw somebody do ice on that. Oh, nasty. I will be putting all this bread back on the cooker. But I was taught warm to cold. Specifically to help draw out the heat and do it. Now you can just do cold, but like there's a good chance that it's going to take much longer, and you're going to leave it, and you have a higher risk of causing infection and that stuff. Yep. It's a very big misconception around the world that you treat a burn with cold water right off the bat, and that's because the cold water helps with the pain, right? I'm gonna do that. I can like spell that. Well, that tape's fucked now. That's bad. We are getting very close to being done with cooking. I've still got plenty of oil. Accidentally let the bread sit for too long. Space. that piece of bread got soaked really well. Hot bacon. Yeah, I can feel the pain from the burns. I can actually show you them, I think. I got one right here, got one here, and I've got a little few droplets from there. Pain, by the way, that I'm currently feeling means it's still cooking. Yeah. I didn't do that over the food, but yeah. Can we get some skits with Dr. Hempstead? The only issue I've had with doing more skits with Stitch is people think that it's part of the story. And rather than sit there and try to continuously correct people that, hey, this isn't part of the story, don't look too deeply into this. It's simply been easier to just not do those. I mean, I could do disclaimer at the end of the video. Most people aren't going to see it. I could say in any point anywhere else in the video besides the end of the video will screw with the video metrics. And like, you put it at the start, people who want to see what happens with Stitch and the chaos that happens, well, a good portion of them will probably just kind of turn away. I'm not saying that there isn't a compromise to be made. I could just simply do it and the hell with it, right? That burn hurts quite a bit, actually. And it's because the core temporizes your body shunts off body to your limbs, something. Not sure what's going on over there. Realistically, I should let this sit underneath the cold water for like 5 minutes. But I don't have that luxury right now. So what I'm doing is I'm cooking what I need to cook and running it as I run. I like sourdough bread. And I need to use the sourdough bread up anyways. And we are going to make a couple. Mama said they wanted one. See if I can pull these apart without having them bust completely on me. Here we go, that's a good one. There we go. We're gonna make a couple of these buns the way I want to. What I'm doing is I'm just keeping that in there with that bacon. That French toast is finishing up getting warm. A little bit more. Make sure everything is thoroughly cooked. Grease to drain here. Other round of bacon is almost done, which is good because I'm almost done making our French toast. Kiddo wants pancakes, so I'm making warm spice pancake. Who wants the taste of fall? Ooh, that would have been a good idea. Pumpkin spice. That would have been a good one. Oh my god. Fucking. Like show, hypothermia in South Dakota. Jesus, yeah. Fuck. Those who don't know, South Dakota can get fucking cold. They can get cold, 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 cold. Sugar. I do. I don't I discovered where a new bird was just now. I got a tiny burn on the inside of my hand too, apparently. There we go. They're looking good. Like I could serve them as they are. By the time they would get out to anybody, I would not be concerned. My bacon is more than done enough for me to turn off the heat and let the residue heat just kind of keep everything warm and finish anything off that needs to be finished off. Okay. We got our two little buns here, which will get taken care of in a minute. Where is my tiny little... I have a tiny... what's it called? Sifter? Can't find it. The leg should be hanging up. It's not. Hanging up. Should be in the drawer. Not the drawer. Ah! I have to use a giant one. I don't want to use a big one. I don't need a big one. What happened to you? Where did you go? It's driving me bananas. There. Not on here. There's a camera. That's gonna bug me. That's gonna eat away at me. Totally forget about it. I don't know where it's at. Bugs me. I'll check the dishwasher again. I'll check it again. Maybe it did get good. No. No. Well, damn. Oh well. I have another option. I just don't want to use it. Watch this out. Improvise. biggest issue is right now it's wet. It may not be dry by the time I need to use it. Lift up on me. Oh my God. Another crispy. Look at that. That bacon in there is going to be extra crispy. We're going to pull that up. Ouch. I can use this one. This is way bigger than the one I want, but I can use that. Not a problem. All right. First half of our biscuits. And there will be some leftover egg. Made more than enough French toast for everyone. I think I'll make a couple more pizzas for Tobias because he's not here. And if there's still egg after that, I'll just make it. Cook it up. Is Levi wearing the right shirt? He's cooking cast fire. Yeah. My hand. And extra crispy bacon. My youngest is the one that likes that kind of thing. Those should be ready to flip. Fantastic. You guys remember how I said I needed to, how I would add a little bit more cinnamon sugar on top? That's exactly what I'm about to do. Now I can turn off. No, right. I need to for a little bit longer. There's 2 extra pieces of bread. Add a little bit of extra sugar at the top. Ironically enough, though, I do not have enough bacon grease now. I now need to add a little bit of bacon grease to our pan for the other 2 pieces of bread. That should hopefully soak the rest of this up, or at least enough of it. we got the end there, and I noticed the egg was a little bit non-cinnamon sugary, so I added just a little bit back in the egg mixture on top of that bread. Not really enough. Check the salvage. Okay. Choo-choo. Yeah. Told you not to toss the bacon. I didn't toss the bacon grease. I've got all of it. Look at that. Golden goodness. All right. Let's go get the table set up. Hey, kiddo. Put my hand back on the cold water again. I'll also get an ice pack to help, like, keep cooling it down. No one of us here has to stay with his mom. No one. I have a bunch of stuff. Anyone remember the trains from years ago? Let's see what I messed up. Put pancakes on the griddle. Debbie, if Hub can help with home repairs, you both can come. Baking with maple syrup is where it's at. I don't have the good syrup. Can you work on straightening the table up a little bit for me?
Yes.
Oh, just straighten it. You don't need to put it anywhere else on this scratch.
Butts and lippers. No.
Alrighty. You're not going to eat with us? No? That should not have been tossed in there. That was supposed to be the recycle bin. I hate it when food gets tossed into the recycle bin. It'd be just a tad bit on the disgusting side. Well, I'm going to have an apple if I've got an apple available. I do have an apple available, but it's not cold. So I want to put an apple in the fridge. I'm going to let it get cold while we're getting people to come on in. So, kiddo isn't going to eat with me, apparently. Relax. Okay. It's fine. We're going to take our Play-Doh bun and bacon stuff. We're going to put it on the table in front of us. You might be wondering why I'm going to do what I'm about to do and eat on top of a wood block. But that's for your benefit. It raises it up slightly so that stuff, instead of sitting all the way down here, it sits up here. So when I set my plate down, realistically, when I readjust, you guys can see the plate a little bit. But I'm at 15% power, apparently. So real quick, before we continue onward, I'm going to go get the power. We're about to go offline whether we want to or not. So this is the point of the stream where, considering that breakfast is ready, I'm about to sit down to eat. I don't want the cats to get down here. Have you eaten? Have you hydrated? Have you taken your meds? I am about to eat. I'm about to eat some French toast with powdered sugar, syrup. I would melt a little bit of peanut butter on it, but I feel lazy, so I'm probably not going to do that. We do have an orange. I want to save that for later. I don't have a juice. And I have a Coke. So we're going to grab a Coke. Really shouldn't drink a Coke for breakfast, but that's all right. We're going to grab the battery. Oh. We're going to get you all plugged in. I'm going to let everyone know it's time to get some. I said chitlins, but it's not really. Chitlins are their own thing. Niblets. Time to get some food. Totally space. Like, what did my mom call it? There's totally spaced what it was called. Man, I haven't used the word in forever. Or heard it. Pills taken. Yes! That reminds me, I gotta go get my meds too. All right. Got my meds, my hydration. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna like the Hawaiian French toast bread, but I'm gonna start out with that versus my sourdough. I can always have my sourdough at a later time. So we're gonna put some powdered sugar in these, and then I've got bacon and whatnot. So. Stuff over here. For you don't want to sit there with me?
I didn't say it.
Powdered sugar.
Fix it.
Have any good stuff.
Yep. Only fake syrup for you today.
I have to have the fake stuff. Totally. Disappointed by that. Well, this is not fun, but it's not very full. No, can you grab me one, please? Okay, everyone. So, I told you about the cutting board. That's not the only trick up my sleeve. should be able to, if I do things right, like that. So I've got a book on there to help things out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Got an apple for us. We've got some. I like my bacon a little bit chewier. I got some bacon. I need an ice pack that burns my hand.
Well, don't do that. That hurts.
I might have seen the Cast Fireball song. There's a few different versions of that song. Walmart run is done. Sherry, remember that if you've got Walmart Plus, you can get delivery for free. And if you got food stamps, you can get a discounted Walmart Plus if you're not aware of that. I'm just gonna pick them up. How does the oh, that's a good sign. Powder sugar does not like syrup.
Never has.
Oh my god, that is so good. Oh my god. And I will clean the cutting board again. I have to have the diet fake stuff. I should be drinking the diet fake stuff.
You have it downstairs.
I only have like 2 cans left. I need to get the regular stuff too. So this is a new type of apple. I forgot the name of it, and I don't know where it's at right now.
Threw it away before you brought it in here.
I know. Here. No. Oh, that's a bit on the sour side. Yeah, Pony Bro. I really should be drinking the diet. I just don't like it. Now, mind you, should and have to are 2 different things. Just inhaled. Seriously speaking, just had my soda stolen from me.
Well, you should be having the other one.
Yeah, the funny aftertaste. Yeah, I agree. The diet stuff always does.
I don't have any drinks. So.
But if you guys get the opportunity, make yourself some Hawaiian biscuits, Hawaiian biscuits. Buns would have a different flavor. They'll pull apart biscuits. I'm going to turn them into
French toast.
French toast. Oh my god. The layers of goodness. They're so good. The sour apple. It's actually really good with this right now. It's a really good palate cleanser. Happy Friday, Justin.
I was honestly using the bacon for that.
Bacon's a good palate cleanser too. As long as we save 2 pieces of French toast for Raven and 2 pieces of French toast for Tobias, and then the regular pieces of French toast, the regular bread, which there should be more than enough. I think I cooked up half the loaf. Stephen, you're the opposite. You need to eat more sugar and fat. You could putting a bit more weight. Oh yeah. For those who don't know, Stephen had some health problems there for quite a while. Finally got taken care of, and so he's trying to put the weight back on again. And for those that are wondering, I'll show it on stream real quick. The reason why. I have those too. Because they go on sale at Smith's. we stopped buying, like, the bottles will go on sale. And it's like, oh, I don't need the bottle, but the like 2 cartridges for $7, not too terrible. Not when they cost nearly $4 to $5. Even before that, you've always been majorly skinny, been a problem since forever. Hopefully. Yeah. my spouse going to me. You're a healthy weight right now.
I'm considered overweight still.
Which is stupid. Also, the way you got to that weight was not healthy. You know, and just starving yourself will, of course, work to lose weight, but you shouldn't be starving yourself.
I'm not starving myself. I eat plenty of food afterward, which is 8 hours a day. Still eat plenty of food. Who the hell?
Look at the inches instead of the. Oh my God, that's a big truck.
Did you miss your turn or something?
That explains why they cleared out that area. I bet they're using that for storage, because somebody mentioned that they wanted to rent out this whole area right here to store their trucks. I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder if they made a deal with that guy.
I don't like it.
I don't either. But as long as it's not like continuous and it's just like here and there, like local trucks will be a lot less. Colleen says, I stopped caring what my BMI says. I wear small size and I'm healthy. There you go. That's what I say.
Too bad my doctor doesn't think that.
If your blood pressure and all that stuff is where it needs to be, and outside of like what they think your weight should be, you're completely healthy, then screw what anybody else says. Yes, listen to your doctor, but also, like, if you're at an area where it's okay, like, there are good doctors and then there are doctors who are kind of like stuck in their ways.
And there are doctors who are like, oh, you have this really interesting health issue? I'll just lose weight.
Yeah.
Even though your weight has nothing to do with it.
I'm getting 3 years ago, I weighed 333. Now I'm around 215. You weigh less than I do. 5 pounds more than on my something is 210 is my next one. And I need to lose weight.
Hey, I'm at my high school weight.
I just swallowed on accident before I finished chewing because of the hiccup.
That's good.
That's one of the things I swallowed. So no, good.
Oh, hey, soda.
The thing that currently helped me survive that, yeah. Soda. I'd like to get down to 180.
Funny. The thing that helped you with your issue with swallowing just now tried to kill me in an elevator one time.
I'm dark wolf. That's where I want to be. I want to feel. That's why I want the 180, 190 would be fine for me. Would that still be bigger than what doctors say I should be? Yeah. But that was at the point where I was like, I don't mind my weight. This is a pretty good point for me. Things have happened and I've gained poundage. I'm trying to lose it. I'm probably not going to eat anything more than what's on my plate here, and maybe another piece of bacon. Can you find me another not so crispy piece of bacon, please? They're on the bottom. Oh, yummy. Take care.
think you might be able to so well.
Not bad. I still got 245 for a year, but I lost 2 dress sizes. That's good. Fine in summer, just in the winter, it sucks how quickly I get cold. So you like your bacon floppy? No. I like
You like the fat floppy, but the rest of it crispy.
I like that perfect. There's a perfect zone for bacon. You could warm it back up again. And the only thing you did was make it slightly crispier. Versus, well, I warmed it up, but
It's
now
ash.
it's ash. You're at 285, and you'd like to get back down to 225. That'd be a nice goal for me. That'd probably be a more realistic goal at the moment. You like your bacon crunchy? Yeah. I'm not skipping the conversations on purpose. I see them. It's just mostly the same stuff. So if you guys want to see the chat after the stream, it takes like a day, and then the chat will start showing again. Yeah, I have to wait his muscle. Yeah. Sherry, overall goal is 150 to 170 for the knee replacement surgery. BMI chart says I should be at 120. So I'm stopping at 140 to 155. 150.
I thought mine was 130. I remember when I hit that, I was wearing size 0. Like, oh, you want me at size 0s? Great.
Rob, good morning. Pardon you. That's been what I've been doing.
Oh, I
Oh,
had
wait.
a little bit of soda.
These would make a great pumpkin or, sorry, not pumpkin, pie.
Yeah,
Jen,
look at
yes.
that pumpkin.
All right. Yes, Jen. Kitties did get their treats already, but they are not getting the bacon. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I see it now. Oh, well. I can't eat anymore after this. I should have.
You mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
This one?
You suck. My spell's grabbing it and going, you mean this one? Come. You mean this one? Come. You mean this one? Come. But yes, Jen, kitties have gotten treats. Thank you for the donation again. All that helps, especially because I'm going to need to buy them food here in about a week.
Oh, here, look, here's another one.
I'm good. I can't have any more. Need to save some for the other people.
Don't worry, I'll make sure I'm other people.
The Bias and Raven need some too. All right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining us. That is effectively it for me. I've got some errands to do. There are Dollar General deals going on right now for snacks and everything. We're gonna go hit those up, and then I've got to go do some shopping at Sam's Club, which is lovely. But cross your fingers, and I can hope to find some meat. Remember, there are different ways of donating to help out me and Chris. If you want to, you do not need to feel obligated to. You can donate to the channel. That goes to both of us. You can donate to us directly. That's bang or exclamation mark coffee for those links. And the donations for me are up right now. I mentioned it before that like don't donate to me directly unless I say that yeah, it's good to go. It is good to go now. You can donate directly to me if you want to. You do not have to. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Another way to support us is just simply watch these videos in their entirety. Go watch the 24/7 live stream that's currently up. There's been donations on that to keep that thing running, which as long as it makes $30+ a month, it will continue to run, which is awesome. So again, thank you so very much. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, abiding spirit, and harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails our way again. Have an active day. Have an active day. It's the feeling. Have an active day. Will be attracted to be built to your account. Have an active day. And have an active day simply means to have the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.